Moving slow today, but I got some stuff done. Oh yeah, I forgot whiskey knocked us down last night. Goofed around this morning too much, so just finally made it in here. We picked up another rat trap the other day, like the one we put in the back barn. Right there, the Ratinator. I finally baited one in the front barn yesterday. Only one in it this morning, but that's one. He's out there learning how to kind of look at it like the movie The Abyss. He's learning how to breathe liquid. Is there a better way? Yeah. But then you mess the trap up, and it comes with its fancy deal to fill full of water. And so I'm gonna start on this mess and see if I can remember where I was last night. Had part of it figured, but you know, I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. Two of these 2-wire looms are from the Key. Each one has an ignition wire and an accessory wire. I think what I'm going to do is run both ignition wires to the three. Hold my head out for a minute. To the 3 breakers that run the machine. And the accessory wire I'll charge the solenoid with. They're both on when the ignition's on. And if I need to just turn on the rest of the stuff and play with the computer, I can do that. Just keeps it separate, doesn't overload stuff. That's my thinking. Because there's no fuses from there down to here. No breakers, no nothing. And I can always jump off for anything. Whatever I got to jump off with. And the computer's probably going to hook. Well, I know where it will hook. It's just Microtrack up there, second one down. Top one's for the AC, it's a 30 amp. Next one down is 30 amp for the Microtrack. 20 amp for the foam mark. 20 amp for the wiper. 15 amp for the field and warning lights. 15 amp for the headlights. 15 amp for the fuel pump, should cover that without any trouble. 15 amp for the gauges is more than enough, and 10 amp for the ignition should be more than enough. And I think that covers everything. So now I'm going to get my slow button gear, see if I can make something happen. I should have been a contortionist. Almost got what I got here done. The 2 black ones are crimped together, got to shrink the tube, the red tube that's on it. Then the 2 red ones go together. They go opposite directions. They're going to be a little long, but that's tough. And when I was trying to grab the terminal that I was going to put on the black one, it's right there. But with my left hand in there holding the wires and my right hand crossing to my left side, I was no way in hell I was going to reach in to get it. I'll get my pliers and get that here in a minute. So I just thought I'd show you the fun. Give you a little perspective. Let's see. Most of what I've been doing looking at about that picture. Till I have to lean in farther, then I can't see anything because my arm's in the way. And that's arm's length. Yeah, my fault. I could have put it anywhere. But I still think that's about the best place for it. It's accessible. And it's out of the way. So that's where it is. So, and hey, I've got all that done before noon, by about 30 seconds before noon. That's how slow my day's been. But I had to feed this morning, all that stuff too. So anyway, I'll show you some more in a little bit. Maybe I'll start running some other wires, but I can't run too much. I can run the ignition wire and the fuel pump wire. That's about all I can do. I'll get some more stuff on here. Getting to about the time of drilling more holes and starting to mount stuff and figure out where it's got to go. I mean, I know where the fuel pump's going to go. It's going to go right on that old fuel pump plate. That's how we had it mounted up before. Probably go right back in the same place because the fuel line's right there. Tank will most likely be on this side. Unless I get mad and decide not to use that fuel line and put the tank on the other side. It was on this side on this machine originally. And on our old buggy, it was behind the cab, but you filled it from the right. So it may end up on the other side. I don't know. We'll see. My thinking was the foam markers would be piggybacked on the fuel tank, the foam mark tank, which I kind of want to keep that on this side because you got to play with the valve if it hasn't been used for a little bit, because foam mark soap dries up and plugs the valve. You just open it, close it back to where it was set, and you're going again, but still have to mess with it. I don't want to walk around the other side. Oh, and in the process of sitting down here figuring where all these wires were going to strap in and go, I had a thought the other day. I was looking at it again earlier. My air inlet over there, it's not going to be able to run up the side of the cab like I wanted because the booms are going to be a bit close, I think. They're going to be too close anyway. I'm going to take the hose off over there and loosen the clamps. And I'm going to turn that thing 180. Point the air inlet to this side. And then put either this side or to the bottom. I'm not sure yet. Probably be to this side. That way it's up out of the way. And I got this big space behind the cab. That's where I'm going to run the air intake. I'm going to run it up the back of the cab. I was kind of wondering about the exhaust too, but I want to get the exhaust away from stuff. And there's going to be hydraulic lines, right there to that pump. Bunch of sprayer lines in here, so the exhaust may end up right where it is, just pointed out to the side. I don't know. That hasn't come to the end yet, so I don't know where it's going to be. But that's more than enough rambling out of me. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Y'all to the east of us, hope you're holding on. Been doing this crap for the last hour and a half. A little coming and going, but mostly coming. Blowing a few things around. Not too bad yet. We set in a hole, so we missed a lot of it. Hopefully it don't hammer us. Hey, look, a message. Oh, that'd be old straight pipes. I just told him you better hold on because the wind was a-coming. I don't know which fuel tank I'm using or which side it's going to go on. Haven't decided. I got to dig one out, or the other one's sitting out here on a pallet. So, and I really don't want the foam marker on the other side, but if that's where it ends up, that's where it ends up. Because this side you got to get into stuff. The other side, the carburetor's the only thing, and it's up higher, or the starter, and that'll be toward the back of everything. Starter, worst comes to worst, take it off from underneath. So, I don't know. I was going to go look at the other buggy earlier, and I didn't, just to see how bad things already get to. It would be kind of nice to have like a 44-gallon tank versus a 25-gallon tank, but doesn't matter. And there may still be room. And actually, I'm probably going to put the fuel tank on this side anyway. Couple reasons. One, it's away from the exhaust, and another reason is my hydraulic tank probably should be on the other side. That's where it's got to be. That's what I was thinking earlier. And I may be able to piggyback the air tanks with the hydraulic tank. We'll see what happens. But the inlet happens to be the other side of the engine for the hydraulic pump. And this one's half run. That'll go to my ignition and the fuel pump. I cut it a little short to make the fuel pump on this side, but no biggie. It'll just splice up there at the coil and don't have to run. But from right there to right there, if I put the pump back where we had it. So, and far as the other wiring, I can't do that till I get some more. It should be here Tuesday. It's some number 8 for running my power up to the block in the cab there. And that's about it. So I'm going to go feed and call it a night. And in case you can't hear it, it's been raining about the last 2 or 3 hours. So grumpy. That's why it wasn't dry enough to get out and do anything. Because I know where the tractors would be sitting. We had one set up in the field after those fires. It sat there for almost 3 months. We couldn't get it out. I don't need something sitting in work ground that I can't get out. No, just a wee bit wet. Just a wee bit. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.